Wow, that was good.
There we go. I'm Kim.
I'm Priya.
I'm Sue.
And today's topic is
Dads.
dads. Oh, we always talk about mommies, and it's Father's Day.
Yes.
And we thought it was so important to have at least one dad topic.
Yes. They did help.
Yeah.
In my situation, I always felt like I was celebrated as the mom. Like, look what you can do, and I was very encouraged by like everything that we had to go through, like with birth and all of that. It was very encouraging, and so it's nice to turn around and celebrate the dad.
Yeah.
It's nice. But there are a lot of when the new baby comes home, a lot of the doting happens to the mom.
Yes.
You know,
and I think dads feel like, almost like put to the back burner, like what can I do to like help out, especially if you're nursing.
That's a great thing because moms get a lot of advice, but what advice do the dads get?
Yeah, exactly. Like, because, what can we give dads to almost, because they want to bond with their babies too, so.
That's where pumping comes in, because once you start pumping, then you can have dad take the nighttime duty, and then if you're a mom who stays at home during the day with the baby, you're doing the majority of the feeding and the diaper changing, and the dad might want to have some bonding time. And once you have that pumped bottle of milk, it opens up that whole other bonding experience. In 1983, dads didn't do what your dad does now. It wasn't normal for a dad to do, a lot of the cooking, a lot of the cleaning, a lot of the...
My dad only cooked once in a while. He would barbecue.
It was the grill.
Yeah,
it was something with fire.
He's a grill guy.
Yeah.
He was a grill man.
Right.
And that's what, usually for Father's Day presents, that's what you see. Grilling stuff.
It is. Their Home Depot stuff.
And then he would come home. He owned his own business, so he'd come home, sit on the couch. My mom would make him dinner, give him his tea. Where's my remote control?
Take off my shoes.
Where are my clothes? Did you wash my clothes?
Yeah.
Did you iron my shirt?
Yeah.
It was all about that.
Right.
And my mom had to, women
It was different. It was different.
So much more work.
Yeah. And that's what was happening at my house. I was trying to explain this irony to my children, and I was trying to explain it in a way that I thought an 8-year-old would understand. And he just turns around and he goes, "So it was how things were not traditional, and now they're traditional." And he explained it in a very succinct way. He said, back then it was non-traditional for these things to happen, and now it's more. It doesn't matter if it's traditional, but it kind of is traditional. Yeah. So the tradition that he has in his house is the opposite of what I had, but he made the connection. I was very excited that he made the connection that what is traditional now is different.
Like also families they're so typically families are mom and dad. Sometimes now it's mom and mom, dad and dad.
Right.
It's the makeup of the family.
And now for Father's Day, a lot of single moms, they celebrate.
Ooh, well, did you see?
No.
Did you see? I was at Old Navy I was at a store a couple days ago, and I was buying a T-shirt for my father-in-law, and it said it's Father's Day, and in the colors, and it was actually controversial. I read about it online after I saw the T-shirt, and it was highlighted to say it's her day. It says it's Father's Day, but they highlighted the HER because there are a lot of single moms out there who she's doing a lot of the work.
All the work.
So, and I know our conversation just shifted into something else, but there are a lot of
traditional. And now Father's Day has morphed into a bigger thing. So it's the double dad homes, the double mom homes, the single parent homes. It's the family roles have changed so much, and the family dichotomy is no longer nuclear families or extended families. It's all these
It should just be
types
Happy Parents Day.
Yeah.
we should make it one.
Just make it one day.
Yes.
Happy Parents Day.
Yeah. Like 1 year at my house, my husband, I don't know why, but he wanted to clean the garage. It was something that he had wanted to do, and I said, on Father's Day, you want to clean the garage, but that's what he wanted, because then he felt more organized. In his head, that was what he wanted to do, and that was not on my list. I would think a dad would have that at the bottom of his list for what I want, but he then, for the rest of the summer, he felt better, and he felt like it was a gift he gave himself, which was nice, but it wasn't what I thought. My other piece of advice would be to start a tradition. If he's a new dad.
with Wade. So we have a dad off camera. Say hi, Wade. Hey. So he is a big part of MPH. A lot of what we do behind the scenes is because of him. And he's a dad of 3. He's also my husband.
Thank you, babe.
And we juggle a lot.
You too.
And I could not do anything without him. I am the person I am because of my husband. I don't know.
Okay, you got it. Keep it together. You got it.
Just think of Wade naked.
Oh, no.
You wouldn't cry.
She did. She did. That was good.
When the kids were born, my first child, Jaden, was just like, we're winging it. We didn't know what to expect. I had a lot of stress because it was the first baby. A lot of moms experience that, and he didn't know what the heck to do.
Your life changed. Your life completely changed.
But when Ava came along, my daughter, it was like a whole new ball game. Ava was crying nonstop. This man in the middle of the night Ava didn't want to sit. You know how kids are. If you start crying, if you sit down, they start crying. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah.
Everybody's different. Yeah, they all surprise you.
Ava, she was colicky. She had problems we had to change her, what she was eating constantly.
And she also had ear problems.
She had an ear problem. So Wade would stand up in the middle of the night and wedge himself and hold Ava so she would sleep. And he would figure out a way where he would be able to stand there and still get some rest. Oh. Almost every single night.
With Troy, he was, I know it's very controversial, but he slept in bed with us.
My kids,
it's not controversial. It's what worked.
Yeah,
it's all right.
He wouldn't, every time, put him in the crib, I know some people say cry it out. With him,
it's tough.
He was our first, so we were just you hate to see your baby crying because they're because they're hungry or they're wet, but because they're upset, and that's when he was crying. So, so he slept with us, but literally, I would see my husband. You'd have him in bed with him like this, and then the next morning he would be in the same exact position and not move. And I know he would wake up with a stiff arm, a stiff neck, and but he did it.
Dads are wonderful.
Yeah, and then the second one, thank God, he liked his crib and slept in it. He was good.
That's wonderful.
So when the baby comes, when the first baby comes, you never know what to expect. You're reading all the books, blah blah blah. Moms get more advice than dads, but you can coordinate who's going to handle the chores, tackle the chores when the baby comes.
And if we back up just a little bit,
sure.
If the dad can encourage the mom to attend a class, and he can encourage her, but he can also participate in the classes.
Yes.
It's not just a class. The birthing class at the New York Baby Show earlier this year, we were talking to a couple of young expectant families, and it was very sweet. And the dad was saying, should I be doing something? I said, you can encourage her to exercise. You can encourage her to do this. Don't tell her to do it, but just say. I remember there was one time my brother-in-law gave my husband a book, and it told him what you should tell your wife when. And it was actually kind of comical, but it did. And so at one point my husband came and said, it says I should encourage this, and I said, well, the book is wrong. And it was, keep your opinion, but it was nice. And going through a birthing class or going to her OB appointments with her midwife appointments. And dads are very good at that. They're very good at that.
And they can also rotate bottle feeding for you.
Yes.
So if you want to get a break and you're pumping, you're breastfeeding and you're breast pumping, you can hand the bottle over to your husband and you can take a nap. You can take care of the baby for a couple hours, or in the middle of the night if you're rotating, if you're doing it if you're taking care of your baby the whole day, of course, if he's working or whatever and helping out. Or it could be that you're both home. It could be that lucky.
If dad's working and you're home, something that dad can do is he can do bath time with the baby and get the
special
baby
time.
ready, get the baby ready for bed.
And that could be your nap time.
Yeah, that could be your little downtime for yourself.
Yeah.
So I know, during the day, I remember one advice I got is, you're not going to be asleep. You're not going to have a lot of sleep, so sleep when the baby sleeps.
Yeah.
And then, you do that, but then you're like, well, then how do I do the laundry, do the dishes, and clean? And
Such a good question. It's such a good question.
The cleaning.
Yeah. And then at one point, my husband had to say to me, he was like, the house doesn't have to.
Let it go. Let it go.
It's okay. People understand that you're not going to be able to get certain things done. And if they walk in and they see a disaster and they give you a little love,
have kids living.
be like, you know what?
No.
Your house is full of love.
That goes now even if the kids are older.
Yeah.
Life happens. But the dads can help prepare all of the pumping stuff. Because sterilize, if you have to sterilize it or if you have to put things, prepare the bottles.
Designated boiler.
Right.
A nice little masculine
No, it's nice.
Cooler.
It's good.
It's a cooler and it's got a zipper and a nice
And you have an ice pack there, right?
Yeah.
And I have an ice pack just in
You
general.
can prepare stuff, and there you go.
Good.
And of course, the dad can occupy the older siblings. You could download the Mom's Pump Here Nursery Locator app.
I know.
Yeah.
Isn't it so nice? Have you been hearing from dads that say, I got the app so I can help my wife?
Yes,
I love that.
So much of that in the last event. And what we've started actually doing is, this is Wade's idea, is making dad-friendly locations. So on a couple of our
It's a
locations,
huge deal.
already,
It's a big deal.
We've said this location is dad-friendly.
Right.
So download our app.
Follow us on all the major social media outlets. So it's Facebook, it's Instagram, it's Twitter, Snapchat? No. No. The jury's still out on Snapchat.
Subscribe to our YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, thanks a lot.
Bye.
If you like this video, click here to subscribe. If you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you would like to download the Moms Pump Here Nursery Locator app, click up here.